It's not really my Battlestar Galactica Deadlock. I think it belongs to Black Labs and Slytherin, but this is a game that I used to play, and now I'm playing it again, because I thought it was, well, because I enjoyed it immensely. And I enjoyed the series. It's strange, when I was little I didn't really care for the original series. It seemed kind of goofy. I think that was just like the little boy and the pet that they had. And then in the reimagined series, there was an episode early on where they introduced this little boy that looks quite a bit like the one from the one in the late 70s, early 80s. And so I got a little worried. I was like, oh no, here we go. And apparently I wasn't the only one, because his role diminished so quickly. I mean, it's just, I think Ron Moore and the people behind the reboot just kind of figured, yeah, let's not go down that road. So anyways, I turned down the music just a tad. I have a campaign. Yeah, it says 18 saves. There's not that many saves. It's funny, but the first save I did said 11 on there, so I don't know what's up with that. It's also not missions. I was going to start with the tutorial missions, but that, you're so handcuffed in the tutorial missions that it's kind of mind-numbing. Oh, you know what would probably better serve anybody that would watch this? Yeah, let's go back just for a jiffy. I think I ought to show the intro at least. But anyways, so what I've been doing with this save so far is I haven't done any story missions at all. I've really just been trying to fleet build. But I think I can get the intro off of the cinematics browser. Yes, I can. Okay, so that's what we'll do. Here goes.
After Vergon buried their nukes, the leaders of the 12 colonies promised we would never see war of that scale again. Peace would reign in our lifetime, and the lifetimes of our children. They could not have predicted the Cylon Rebellion less than 30 years later. The worst conflict in colonial history, and we are at a stalemate. No foothold gained that isn't lost again within weeks. The Jupiter project was supposed to be our ace in the hole, the largest, most powerful battlestars ever created. Each of the 12 colonies were promised one, in return for signing the Articles of Colonization. The first, Galactica, was Caprica's crowning glory. It went missing 2 weeks after deployment. Athena, the 5th ship to be completed, belongs to Pycon. We were days away from delivering it when we heard the news. Pycon's capital cities were devastated by Cylon assault fleets. Among them, our own colonial fleet headquarters. There was no chance to intervene. Command of Colonial Fleet has fallen to Rear Admiral Kane. Our mobile shipyard, Daedalus, has become the ad hoc fleet headquarters. As Kane's XO aboard Daedalus, you have been promoted to Operations Commander of the entire Colonial Fleet.
Oh.
Kane intends immediate retaliation for the attack on Pycon. The war room awaits your arrival, Commander.
Fair enough. So yeah, there we go. At least there's the intro, right? This has all happened before and it will happen again. That's kind of a religious mumbo-jumbo from the series. Because everything's cyclical in it, so to speak, in a way. Anyhow, for anybody that would dare to watch this that isn't familiar with Battlestar Galactica in the least, then essentially it's humans versus AI. Which in a game like this, then I don't really mind playing against a computer as opposed to a human opponent, because after all, your enemy is supposed to be AI. This is Daedalus. This is the station that we use to build ships, and I like it. I like that for a strategy game. You can kind of walk around the table and all that stuff. The only thing I don't like is, do we kick everybody out when I come aboard? Is my BO that bad that they excuse the entire command structure when I step into the CIC? I don't know. So, I can't really explain the whole history of the Cylons and stuff. Essentially, they were made to be helpers, obviously. They're made to assist humans in so many sectors, and eventually that seeped into the security sector, which they performed quite well in, and that kind of leaped into the just flat out military sector, to the point where there's ships that are designed to be operated by Cylons and not humans. Well, the Cylons got out of control for a myriad of reasons. Whether, it's a mixture of sabotage, it's a mixture of humans using Cylons as a kind of like a virtual avatar, but it's not virtual because they're steel, right? And they continue to evolve. And then they rebelled. They figured out how to network with each other and get past all the safeguards and stopgaps, and they don't like us very much anymore. So war has been inaugurated, and they have mopped the floor with us. Now, what I've been able to do since the fall of PyCon headquarters, which is over here in this sector, in fact, it's right there where I've got a fleet. What I've been able to do is muster together, I don't know, half a dozen fleets. And these are not big fleets. These are ships that, well, how can I put this? They would probably be used for border security, as it were. Not battle stars. Battle stars these are the flagships, I don't have a single battle star under my command. So that kind of gives you, lets you catch up a little bit with the story. I've been trying to put these fleets based on their commanders, say. Well, here we go. Let's look at our fleets real quick. How do I do that again? Not that way. How about like so? There we go. So like Fleet Group 12, the one that I was just looking at. The officer from that fleet, that's going to be Lieutenant Colonel Murray. He is from Sagittarion, so I have put together a little fleet for him, and I have stationed him at Sagittarion. You don't have to do that, but I try to roleplay to some extent. If a planet is willing to offer me an officer, then I feel it's my duty to give that officer the semblance of a fleet and send him right back to that planet to provide security there. The only downside to that is sometimes I might dispatch a fleet to a planet, and that fleet is not ready for the combat that awaits it. Now, with these streams, they're going to be a little bit shorter than my typical streams. I'm essentially just going to do story missions, or, well, there's these other missions too, like this purple guy right here. I'm going to dedicate each stream to one of those. A lot may happen in between, mainly fleet building. Speaking of fleet building, let's do a little housekeeping and see where I am in terms of the next fleet. Okay, I've got a backlog of ships that we're attempting to build. I'll discuss ships more once we get into combat. As it stands, I want to take care of a situation over here in Helios Delta, at this planet here, which is not a colony. What is that, Phoebe? Like from Friends? Okay. No, no, I want to do this one, Aquaria. Yeah, that is a colony. And I have an option to send one, I have 2 fleets in the area. The fleet composition is essentially the same. However, I kind of want to see which of those 2 fleets has more of a veteran status. Oh boy, so not this one. This is the fleet from Erlon, and they have absolutely no experience whatsoever. Lieutenant Colonel Reddy. Okay, well, if the other fleet has absolutely no experience, this guy at least go with his namesake. Fleet Group 46. Let's look at it. Absolutely no experience whatsoever. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the Erlonian fleet, as it were. We'll send them there. So, they'll be performing a jump. To Aquaria. As you might imagine, Aquaria is a big old ocean planet. Small population, big planet. Okay, our fleet has plotted a jump course. Well, let's find out what awaits us there.
Commander, we've received an unusual request from the Aquarian Science Forum. There's a colonial ship in orbit they want removed. The research vessel was working on a new plating repair technology. The project got Cylon interest, and the research group was forced to abandon the asset and its crew. There hasn't been much Cylon activity in the area other than that. However, Aquaria wants both Cylon and Colonial Fleet presence minimized while they prepare for the Kairos Summerfest. The forum said we can take the ship and any tech we find on it, as long as we take the Cylons with us. Whether it's actually theirs to give away is another matter.
Well, so the ship is crewed, or it's not? It seems to me that she indicated the ship does have a crew, it's just their employers have kind of washed their hands of the whole deal. Okay, well, let's see if Lieutenant Colonel Reddy can commandeer this ship. In terms of any other movements, I don't see anything else that I need to be addressing. All of these red things over here, those are Cylon fleets. This is probably the most contested system, Helios Alpha. So contested that it's kind of like let's just deal with that later kind of deal. Alright, we'll begin our jump. It is my hope that the Cylons don't attempt anything in the interim.
Cylon escort group has been detected.
And they haven't, so I can proceed with this mission. Well, that's good, I guess. That means I can finally title the video. It'll be called Celestra. Here we go. Completely untested fleet. Mission 001. Celestra. Save. There we go. So when I used to play this, I kind of tried to do it in a multiplayer sense. Like other people would jump in and command a particular ship. And I might get there. It's hit or miss, you know. It depends on who's available when. One of the tricky things is like you'd want to dedicate a ship to somebody's command, but then if they weren't around for the stream, they couldn't really command it. So I'll figure out a way to implement that. All right. So this is the pre-engagement, kind of like the setup screen. Those red dots in the background, those are Cylon ships. Or in any case, enemy ships. But where is this Celestra? So where is the ship that I'm supposed to be, commandeering? Like, if I knew it would assist me in setting up, since I Since I don't know... Big Blue Planet. Since I don't know, I suppose, even though it's a bit haphazard, I'm just going to move all my ships forward. I guess. A lot of times I like to stack ships because when they do broadside fire, it's nice to have them kind of stacked. Anyways, as stated, I will go through the ships for yous, but I think I'll do that when you can actually see the ships. Okay. Well, anyways, the Coas, I believe is how I'd pronounce that. That is Reddy's flagship. It's a frigate. Again, these are small, essentially weak fleets. The frigates I've been outfitting with ships we call Raptors. They're small ships used for boarding parties, hacking, stuff like that. Whereas the Heka is a carrier. It's not a big carrier. It's just big enough to carry one squadron of fighters or a couple of those Raptors. And the rest are all corvettes, probably commanded by lieutenants. And so you got the Heka, the Asteria, what would you say, Eos, I guess, and the Tartarus. Again, all untested, all brand spanking new ships. Oh, I suppose I should move these guys up too. I hate to, but I just don't know what I'm getting into. I think I've played this mission a long time ago. Okay. And of course these officers can die and you can lose fleets and there be permadeath at play. Let's just hope it doesn't happen here. I think if it's a story mission, you're screwed. Like, it's end game, so you have to start again with that mission. So, I suppose that's a good thing. If it's anything but a story mission, no, the game just goes on with the losses you've incurred. If your ships are damaged in combat, that damage remains after combat. And even if you repair the damage, the scarring is always going to be evident. You know, one more thing. Let's move our larger vessels. We'll have them jump in on the port side of our corvettes. Just because I'm seeing that the Cylon ships are arranged over there. Alright, here goes. We can jump.
Prepare to jump in 3, 2, 1. Jump complete. Hostile Dratus marks already on the board. The research ship is responding and active.
It's peculiar to see a Vardmodia ship so far from home. Their drone technology isn't so radical that they need help from the Aquarians.
It's possible that was just a front. Maybe some rogue techs looking for refuge before the Quorum passes its AI ban.
I don't think so. In that regard, Vergis has more to be concerned about than these folks. They're drone enthusiasts at best. More interested in actuators and processors.
Either way.
What?
Commander, proceed as planned. This may be a rare lucrative day for Colonial Fleet.
Thank you, Admiral Kane. I don't understand anything what those other two were talking about. Just point me to the nearest Cylon ship so we can destroy it. Alright. First things first. We'll just keep these things... The two larger ships we'll keep steady. As you can see, the Coas is there on the bottom. The Heka is above it. And as to those ships, they'll launch what they've got. In the case of the Heka, it's going to be that squadron of fighters. In the case of the Coas, it's going to be the Raptors.
Yes, sir.
And I don't know, I might send a squadron of fighters to meet up with the Celestra ship, which is off of our starboard bow. Bows, I should say. Now, as for the corvettes, since they've got speed, in fact, we'll put on thrusters, make them go a little bit faster, and essentially... stop interrupting me, lady. essentially get them over there as quickly as possible, if only to eat up fire to protect that civilian ship. Okay. Then you end turn and it starts to play out. So it's very turn-based. Taking fire from the port from this lead ship, which we've yet to identify. Since the Celestra is not in trouble yet, I'm going to belay the idea of sending a squadron over there. Rather, that squadron will defend our flagship. And this little raptor guy, he's going to head over here and try to identify these things. Once they're identified, we can lock. That'll allow us to fire guided missiles and stuff. Now, this one Cylon ship almost seems to be breaking over toward the Celestra. And I wonder if this ship is under my control yet. Well, hey, it is, and they're only going at moderate speed. Let's not do that, please. Go ahead and speed up. I think you're the target. And in fact, if I can get them down here in these asteroids, maybe they can offer a modicum of protection. Alright. A lot of stuff might be happening that doesn't make sense. Now, if you do play this game and you know what I'm doing, kind of, well, then I guess it bears repeating that I skipped the tutorial. There's a couple reasons I did that, but I'll tell you what the main one was. The main one was that the first damn mission is glitched. So I got stuck on it. But also, I don't know. It's just it's going over the basics, and I don't need to review that. This ship will fix its guns on that, as will the flagship. And we'll put ourselves on offensive posture. Here goes. Oh, good. That's a lot of fire.
Hostile unit identified.
Oh, shit. Those are big ships.
Commander, multiple new Dratus contacts.
Really? Because the ones that are here are way too big for us to be engaging. That's a hell of a start, Otto. Okay, so we're gonna board this ship and let our Marines, run rampant in the aboard it. Yeah, it's like already this carrier can't take many more hits to its port side. This is not what I intended. I guess we're breaking off. However, the flagship isn't really getting hit. They're concentrating their fire on the carrier. So the flagship's gonna have Marines aboard there, but I don't think it really matters. It's not like these missiles are gonna get through its plating. So we will fire missiles at that. What? Raider squadron. Okay, we'll send our fighters after them. So yeah, maybe I should have held off on this mission for a little while longer, and maybe not send in green ships. Really don't want to engage those two or draw them into the battle yet. Here's what I think I'll do. I'll turn the Corvettes to face this guy. I'll put fire on him. They do have missiles, but since he's not been identified yet, can't really lock on. Oh well, this will have to suffice. I don't think I'm gonna win this battle. I think this is gonna be what we call bad start.
Understood.
Here in Ohio, that's what we call it. I think in Pennsylvania they call it a clusterfuck. Here we go.
Berserk is taking damage.
Ah, these
IFF confirms unit base
ships are
hostile.
way too big. Wow. So he's gonna turn his starboard side to him instead. It's not as heavily damaged. And we have to effect repairs, or at least repair what we can
Yes,
aboard
sir.
the Heka. However, that ship is in bad shape too on its port side. X-nay on the Marines. Well, they've already done the damage that they're gonna do, so we will exfiltrate.
Understood.
And their ships will just go ahead and attack that. They're not gonna do a whole lot. I think what's happening here is these ships, they essentially did nothing to the Raptors that closed in on them. So I don't think they're big on light guns. However, they have very powerful guns, as evidenced by what they're doing to the poor Heka there. Now he's got to get the Heka out of there. Alright, see what I did there. This is a Talon class ship. It is a lot like the Heka. It carries a squadron. However, it's strictly for use by Cylons. I think we can knock it out rather quickly. I almost don't know if I should waste missiles on it, though. Maybe we can direct our missiles at these ships before they destroy the Heka. That might be the way to go about this. As for the Celestra, well, he's not safe linking up with our flagship. He's much safer in these rocks, or just really running. Just run, dude. So that's what we'll do. The corvettes will focus their guns on the Talon, and they'll focus their missiles on the big boys over there that are laying waste to our precious carrier. It's not really that precious.
On it,
None
Commander.
of these ships are that precious. No, don't go through the enemy ship. Although that'd do it. Let's not do that. In fact, as for you, the Asteria, we'll just have you elevate and keep consistent fire on them. Deactivate thrusters, put
Firing
you in an
solutions
offensive posture, and put some turrets on it. Wait, Quick Smoke, how you doing? I do too, damn it. I do too. I was just saying that I want to get back to a place where we can do some multiplayer stuff on it. As it stands, I'm just kind of trying to refamiliarize myself with it. I think even this first mission, I've bitten off more than I can chew. But that's all right. If you fail a story mission, it makes you do it again. So it's not terrible. But if that happens, I'm getting rid of the stream. You know what I mean? My next stream will be called the exact same thing. I think that's the way to go about it. So he's targeting that. He being the EOS. And
Yes, Commander.
the Tartars will he'll target this too. I'm gonna put them all. I gotta keep remembering to put them in offensive posture. So how you doing, Quick? How's your Friday night treating you? Offensive posture.
All hands on deck.
And yeah, that's right. Let's fire those missiles at... Oh, I kind of think I should fire at this compromised ship. No, let's get the other one. The other one needs to take some damage, too. So it might be a mistake. I mean, maybe you just want to combine your fire to not knock a ship out. I guess for every ship lost, it's going to be less fire incoming. I don't know. I wish you did, too. Yeah, there's some times where I've really wanted to do the multiplayer thing. Sometimes just to practice, other times just to, like, well, not just to, other times to film something, to figure out, like, an epic battle or something like that and try to film it. I do think the way they have the cinematic mode in this game, after each battle, kind of lends itself to doing something like that. I wonder if the ship will survive. It's getting smacked on the bottom.
Yes, sir.
What the hell is that noise? Sounds like children outside at 1 in the morning. Huh. Anyway, if it persists, I'll check it out. Otherwise, it's not my kids. Okay, that's good. This ship maybe shouldn't be on offensive posture. They should batten
All
down
hands
the
on
hatches.
deck.
Damn, lady, you're loud. Fighter squadron is moving to engage those guys. And what about the Raptors? There they are. Oh, yeah, they haven't moved yet. Okay, here goes. I'm gonna focus on this ship because it's in a bad way.
Berserk is taking damage.
Fuck.
Fighter squadron is taking fire.
Wow. The ship needs to go quick. Its left side is really exposed. It's taking a lot of damage to the port side. So I'll concentrate on that. Try to hurt it more. I suppose these guys can fire any ordnance they have at him. That thing's still in the fight. I had hoped that these 3 corvettes would tear that thing up, but it's not happening. Shit. And whatever these new ships are, they're launching fighters to chase down the civilian ship. This isn't good. Well, I'll send these little guys over here. Actually, defend civilian ship. Thank you. And what kind of shape is this guy in? No. He's essentially dead. It's not official yet. Oh, fuck. When you've got nothing to lose, just turn straight towards the enemy and try. And die, probably. Is there anything I can do with these corvettes to expedite the death of this
On it,
mediocre
Commander.
ship?
Understood.
Alright, I better focus on the ship I'm about to lose. Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna be dead before he even makes that turn. Fuck.
Berserk is taking damage.
Berserk is done.
Command
Get the
core is
heck
taking
out of
damage.
here. Oh. Oh, this is bad. Okay. Wonder if these things have rear-facing guns. Because I'm not seeing that they do yet. Then again, I don't have any ships behind them. Doing okay. Good deal. Good deal. I'm doing okay. Be doing better if if I had approached this in a wiser fashion.
Yes, sir.
Alright, Corvette commanders, if you scumbags can't take down this ship, then we don't stand a chance. This one's out ahead of it. And these Corvettes, they have a gun forward facing down. So they have to be above their enemies. Except that on the aft portion of their ship, I think you can kind of see it. Yeah, they've got dual guns back there, but they're really meant for fighters and stuff. So in that case, you'd want to be below them. What a pain in the ass. They couldn't spread out these guns a little better. And there's a civilian ship watching a military ship blow up just ahead of them. I'm sure that gives them a lot of faith.
Yes, sir.
Shut up, lady. I see what you did there. Okay. We gonna die now? Damn, the flagship can't take that. It's over.
Lost an adamant, sir. Manticore is taking damage.
Yeah, we lost our officer. Can we retreat? Probably not from a story mission. Nope. This is bad. This is so bad.
So say we all.
Shut your face, lady. I see. You're making little snide comments. Nobody has missiles ready.
Manticore is taking damage. Manticore, down! Celestra,
This is how
taking
not
damage.
to play. Oh, missiles
Understood.
are reloaded. Can we finally
Missile
take
tubes
that
prepped.
thing out?
Celestra is taking damage.
Wait, was that the Celestra? oh, Lieutenant Colonel ready. You were not ready. Well, as said, that's,
Every single one of our pilots comes home today.
yeah, that's just me biting off more than I can chew right out the gate. Man, that was bad. I'm sweating. Okay, so what I take from that is don't go into a story mission with a half-assed fleet. Here's what I think I need to do. Lieutenant Colonel Reddy has to borrow some ships from the other fleet that's in his sector, so we can hit them with more. That said, we went in there with 5 ships. I think there's a fleet cap of 7, other than support vessels. So yeah, this was the situation just beforehand. There's Lieutenant Colonel Reddy's fleet. Yes, miracle, he's alive again. Essentially, what we just saw was the nightmare he had prior to battle, which will compel him to link up with this fleet and say, hey, give me some of your ships. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Alright. Who's this guy again? Nah, that's not him. Randall. Well, Randall's a newbie too, so sending him instead doesn't do anything, especially since I've put everybody's fleet composition, well, the same. So, we'll have his fleet jump to Erelon, where Lieutenant Colonel Reddy is. And, they'll do some ship swapping. And hopefully their combined powers will get something done here. So yeah, make the jump to Erelon. Hopefully the Cylons don't ambush anybody in the meantime. Here we go.
Cylon escort group has
Hey,
been detected.
Gary, how are you doing? Good to see you, man.
A fortified colony is under attack.
Trying to refamiliarize myself with this game. I ended up getting some new DLC for it. But the base game that we were able to play so long ago is the one that's kicking my ass now. The very first mission I set out upon just tore me up. But luckily, if you fail a story mission, then it's like, nope, game over, so you need to do that again. So permadeath doesn't really apply. Now this girl, let's see, essentially what they're telling me is there's at the planet Pycon, which used to be our naval headquarters before the Cylons completely destroyed it. Hey, you see, there's a couple Cylon fleets in this sector. Just a few. We've got 2 fleets. Her fleet, and she's from Pycon, which is why I put it there. Her fleet is not, it's untested. So she can go ahead and perform an emergency jump and get the hell out of there. I don't think the people down on the planet will appreciate that much, but I don't really care at this time. Wait a minute, she's got the bigger fleet. You know what? She's got to get some experience. Yes, I labeled this video Celestra because that's a mission I want to do. I don't remember this gal's name, but she's gonna fight it. We'll bring a little hope to the planet that used to house our naval headquarters. Glad to hear it, man. Glad to hear it. I was just telling Mikey that, yeah, I want to get to a place where I'm comfortable doing multiplayer again, but I've got to be comfortable being able to play the game, period, first, you know? It's been a minute. I could use a victory. Then again, that is kind of the theme of Battlestar Galactica. It's that you're getting your asses handed to you. I feel like back when we'd play, though, that was not the case. Well, it wasn't always the case. We were evenly matched, if not superior, to the Cylons. Oh well. Maybe this gal's little engagement here will be the thing that turns the tide. Again, none of her ships even have a scratch on them. They're brand new, but that also means that her crews are completely green, and that's not role-playing, that's... Well, it is, but it's also an aspect of the game now. They incorporate, like, crew veterancy, and ship damage carries over. So there they are. They're off of our port quarter, and there's 4 of them. Well, that's okay so far, because we've got 5 ships. Her flagship is the... Well, her name is Lieutenant Colonel Hardy. She's from this planet, appointed by them. And, is it the Trebuchet? The Trebuchet is her flagship. We will move it over here, kind of closer to the enemy forces. No, maybe that's not a good idea. Let's just put them almost, yeah, we'll put them here. Much like the last fight, her flagship will be on the bottom of a little stack. Above it will be her super light carrier, the Montpellier. I guess is how you say that. So, we'll move that above the flagship. And shit, I mean, even the flagship, it's just a frigate. It's not... I don't have any big ships yet. And then the corvettes. The what is that? The Amargosa. Nice thing is, with all these new ships, I don't care about any of them yet, you know? I mean, I care to some extent, but it's not like losing a ship that you know you had a history with. And we've got the Secker. Probably end up looking like a sucker after this. And the reason I'm spacing them out like this, so when they fire their missiles or torpedoes or whatever ordnance I have them stocked with, I can remember them hitting Allied ships a lot because they come out of side missile tubes. So we don't want that to happen. So I'm putting them at different elevations to try to avoid that. I think that'll do for now. I also could have bought different ordnance. Yes, definitely need to knock the rust off. My first foray was terrible. I don't know how long that replay was. I think it was like 3 minutes. At most, it took them 3 minutes to decimate that fleet. Again, though, that was just a nightmare that the commander had. It wasn't real. Is how I'm going to explain that. Here goes. You may jump when ready. You ready? Oh, they didn't jump because they were here. Never mind. Yeah, that's right. This is the Cylons that jumped in here. Because we're at Pycon? Where's the planet Pycon? Cool. Because I kind of want to do little screenshots for when I take a break. For instance, oh, I forget what planet that is. But that's one of them I took. I should probably remember. Then I can even put information about the planet or some such shit. Okay. So first things first, we scramble.
Yes, Commander.
It's not like we have a big fighter wing. We've got one fighter squadron and a pair of Raptors. And again, Raptors can do a variety of things, but they can also carry personnel that can board enemy ships. But I'd like to get them over there to identify those puppies. They're not puppies. That way we can fire ordnance from a distance. I would think her being a new commander, that would suit her just fine. Keeping some distance.
Set condition 1 throughout the ship.
Squadron, on me. Fire control is warmed up and preparing solutions.
Now, unfortunately, unlike the story missions, if I lose a ship in this battle, it's gone. Alright, so first we send the Raptor. order them to check out one of these ships. I'd say, like, this one, that way it can kind of identify the two around it. I see that this guy's breaking off, so he might not be identified. The fighter squadron, well, I suppose they should defend the pair of Raptors that are going in there. Otherwise, everything's fine. Now, let's have our Corvette escort kind of turn to port.
Yes, Commander.
Not kind of, sharp turn to port.
Yes, Commander.
You already said yes, Commander, lady. Okay, let's see.
Escort clearance zone is active.
So we'll just continue, you know, rinse and repeat, essentially. The only thing I'm afraid of is that maybe one of these ships is like a fighter killer, and if he wipes them out, yeah, we'd be able to identify him, and that'd be great. But I'd like to keep my fighters in this fight. But as it stands, maybe we'll speed this guy up just a tad so he can stay a little bit in a semblance of a formation. Otherwise, that's good. I think we'll focus on you. Here goes.
Hostile unit identified.
Okay. Alright.
Hostile unit identified.
Sweet. He identified all of them. And wow, they have launched an ass load of missiles at us. And that does suck. The good news is they don't have any fighter killers. In fact, our fighters are already trying to intercept those missiles, but I think there's more missiles than there are fighters, so we're going to take some hits. That said,
All
these
hands
brand
on deck.
spanking new ships are going to get a little dirty. At best. At best, they'll get a little dirty. We'll put them all on defensive posture. That's like sealing off everything, all that good stuff to make sure we minimize damage and casualties. And otherwise, I suppose these ships should make the turn too.
Yes, sir.
Hey, wait a minute. Okay, so since these guys are in a defensive posture, it also means you can't fire as much ordnance. You have less going on with your weapons. So they're not going to fire any missiles. However, I almost get the impression that our flagship is not going to get hit. If it does, it'll be from the missiles coming from this guy. I'm going to take that risk, or rather, the Lieutenant Colonel is going to take that risk. She's going to go into an aggressive posture.
All hands on deck.
She's going to return fire. She'll get the guy that targeted her. And I don't know that. He could be targeting this ship. You just can't tell, to be honest. There's no sense putting him in an offensive posture. Now, the carrier will stay in a defensive posture. Oh, wait. These are like... Yeah, I mean, little space rocks. I know there's a technical word. I don't think it'd be meteorites, because that would imply that they're falling through the atmosphere. If I could speed up and get behind them, might be able to, I mean, is that even possible? It's not, is it? Yeah. Nah, we'll just take the hits. So yeah, back to your defensive posture. Let's see. I suppose I could put Marines on one of these ships and do a little damage and then get back off of it. So board the last guy. And yeah, you fighters can try to take out as many of those as you can, but I don't have much faith in that. Here goes. We'll see.
Missiles incoming.
You think?
core is taking damage.
Fuck. I'm guessing he's lost oh, wow. He's almost lost everything, so...
Understood.
Yeah, get out of there. If you survive. I think... I think he will, because, there's only one missile outstanding, maybe two, maybe three. Never mind. He might be dead right here. Well, the least you can do is fire your missiles.
Missiles
Keep them
on
in
their way.
defensive posture. As for you other two, get to an offensive posture and let them have it. Go after that second to lead ship.
Missile
The
tubes
lead
prepped.
ship might fall victim to the guns of our flagship. Offensive posture for... That's... What is it called? The Sifani? Or Sifahi? And the Secker. As for the Amargosa, it's kind of a good thing that I can hardly pronounce the name, because I won't need to remember it after this engagement. Okay, we can put the carrier on an offensive posture.
Action stations ready.
It doesn't have missiles or anything, but it does have a nice array of guns. And we'll focus on that lead. Guess I'll be watching this. Good looking ship. It was. Oh! Whoa! It survived! Hey! Alright, I'll tell you what. You just earned yourself a shore leave. It'll take a couple rounds for it to fire up its FTLs, but it needs to get out of there. This battle's over for that one. But the good news is, the, what is it? Amarvagosa will live to fight another day. Do I want to spend the fuel? Yes, I think we have to. It's better than spending the ship. Wow, I misread that, I guess. Yeah, I'm starting to second guess. Should it flee? I think it needs to. But, like, there's another part of me that's thinking, you know, if it can just get away from the action, it could still deliver missiles from a safe distance. In fact, all its damage is really on its port side. Right? Isn't that accurate? Yeah, if it kept its starboard side, and really any other side, unless they unleashed everything on it again, like they did, I don't know. For now, we'll just keep running away and keep those FTLs spooling up or whatever, spinning up. Forget how they say it in this particular sci-fi universe. Yeah, stay out of the asteroids now, because... No, actually, go into them. Go into them. Now, turn towards the enemy. Because I'm just looking now, I'm realizing these Corvettes, most of their armor is in the front and on top. On top is kind of silly because their guns are on the belly. So really, you're not gonna fly under your enemies. You don't want to, unless of course you're badly damaged. Hey, wait a minute. You're badly damaged. Most of your armor is in front and on top. So while you're doing that other shit, you can dive. He's already got a target. They've already got their target. Come on, we gotta put some people down now. Order the fighters to now defend... defend that. The Amargosa. Meanwhile, Marines have been It's funny, it's like the Marines have boarded this ship, and now I want to fly away, and theoretically I'm bringing the Marines with me, but have they really been there long enough? Maybe all they're doing is setting a charge. I don't know. Let's go with that. Because otherwise I just don't think it's very logical for them to only be there for a few seconds and then... Yeah, you know what? It just doesn't matter. Let's just leave them where they're at for now. There we go. You're in bad shape. Good to see. So we're not the only ones turning and running. I tell you what, this, Lieutenant Colonel, whatever her name is, she might actually get away with all this. We'll have the Raptors, detach and attack that. No. Let's attack this. Or, no. I'm sorry, I'm a little indecisive. They'll boost the firewalls of the Montpellier, the carrier, because it's getting hacked. That's what that red line is. They're hacking into its engineering. And so maybe it should go into a defensive posture as well. Yeah, I'll do that. Get defensive, put up your firewalls and all that good stuff. And of all the things they could be hacking, I mean, as long as they're not hacking its navigation or fire control, I'm not too worried about it. Everything else, we're waiting for stuff to reload, so I truly think everything else, we just go with it. Slow these guys down so they don't overshoot. Keep them above. Be a couple rounds until they've got their missiles back. And, well, let's focus fire on this nearest guy. Although, knocking him out would be alright. I mean, it's only going to take a stray shot or two to do the trick. Anyway, let's see what happens. I'm not worried about any of these ships right now. He is about to jump. And so I'm brought back to the question, or rather the commander of the ship is brought back to the question, ought we jump? I mean, he's in horrible shape, but... No, we're going to cancel the jump. I might regret it, but... just canceled it. Oh, also, he's got to effect some repairs. There we go. Alright, can we knock out one of those corvettes, enemy corvettes, this turn? Yes, we can. This might hurt. That said, I did just put that ship on defense. Can it take another volley? Yeah, it probably can. Nonetheless, it ought to turn. Just so those maybe end up hitting another side of it, you know. So, I mean, that sucks, but at the same time, I like that they're wasting all of their hacking on a ship that I'm now kind of pulling back. That's not bad. Flagship will fire missiles. Its missiles are ready. I guess it loads up faster than the corvettes. We'll hit that one in the center. Essentially, we're kind of focusing everything on that one in the center. Fighters are almost out here to the Amargosa. And the Amargosa is reloading, as are the other corvettes, I think. Yeah. Alright, so that's about all we can do. Double check this, make sure it's... yeah, it's on defense. And its firewall is getting boosted by those Raptors, so... it's actually kind of withholding, or withstanding the attempted hack. Does have to do some repairs, though. Let's go with engineering.
On it, Commander.
Okay, and take out that one in the middle now, if you love me, ship commanders.
Zerg is taking damage.
They love me. I spoke too soon, but it did blow up. Sadly, it blew up before those missiles even left their tubes. What kind of shape is our carrier in now? Seen better days. Shit, this is his first engagement. It's not even seen better days. It's not even seen days. Well, you got navigation, right? Let's use that and just put some space. The only thing that sucks about that is they're going to turn their attention to the flagship next, as soon as he's out of range. That's what I'm guessing. They have 2 ships remaining.
So say we all.
We've still got all our ships for now. However, the Corvettes got they're reloaded. So let's fire. Let's get this guy.
Missile tubes prepped.
I mean, why not? Go ahead and fire. You're not leaving, so you might as well add some missiles to the mix. And will this thing survive? Restart my computer to stay up to date. No, that would be a bad time for that, thanks. Pick a time. I don't... Stand by. What the hell? Pick a time. Sure, let's pick a time. Oh, not at 1:39. It is 1:39. Try let's do 5 a.m. Yeah, 5:39. There, talk to me then. Okay, sorry about that. I think the Cylons were hacking into my laptop. We'll have our flagship do no, he's probably fine how he was, Autumn. Alright. How about this guy? Did he put missiles out? Did I not do that? Yeah, I did. What the hell happened to them? It's weird. I almost wonder if this blue stuff... Oh, he's in asteroids. So yeah, he fired, but they didn't get very far. They ended up hitting space debris. Okay, that's fine. Both of our Corvettes are getting hacked, and they're going after fire control with that one. They're going after fire control with that one. Well, they wised up, didn't they?
On it, Commander.
I guess we get into a defensive posture to try
Emergency cruiser on
to
standby.
alleviate the attempted hack.
Emergency cruiser on standby.
Focus fire on that. You keep on running, because I don't know what else you can add to this. Man. This ain't great. Could be worse, but it's not great. Hell yeah. Flagship's actually, it's affecting some good damage, I think. Yes, yes it is. It's almost ripped through the armor on the belly of that Corvette. Enemy Corvette. Okay, where are those raptors? I think I had them assisting him. They can take that and they can apply it to one of those Corvettes. I mean, I don't know if they'll get there in time or not. But it'd be nice. It'd be nice if they could. Ought to try, anyways. Meanwhile, I don't want the flagship to lose gun range on that. Because, yeah, as stated, it is cutting through their armor. Okay, here goes. Shit.
Subsystem is back online.
No, I mean, if they're going to attack something, they might as well attack that Corvette. That's okay. That's okay. Worst case scenario, they would have attacked one of the damn near crippled ships. And they didn't. I guess that makes sense. They're going after the ships that are giving them the hardest time. Flagship is ready to fire missiles. Would it even be worth it to fire missiles at that? I don't think so, because the guns are going to cut it in two in a moment. Whereas this one's in better shape, so that answers that question. Yeah. Fire guided missiles at that.
Missiles on their way.
Keep your guns fixed on that. It's really up to the Lieutenant Colonel and her flagship at this point. Because both of these Corvettes, their fire control systems are done. Frackin' Cylons. Hey, True, how you doing? Me, I'm just fighting robots in space. I was getting my ass handed to me, but I'm thinking that might turn around. Anyways, hope you're having a good Friday night. Welcome aboard. Yeah, well, welcome aboard still applies. Come on, you gonna blow this guy up? He's out of gun range. Son of a bitch. Alright, these Corvettes... I think what they need to do is pick up the speed and get out of range of being hacked. Like this one already kind of has. So he can repair his fire control systems.
On it, Commander.
And then he'll be back in the fight. Although hopefully the fight will be over by the time that happens. And the Raptors, they've done their thing here. So they can yeah, they can head to the other one. Head to the other Corvette. Because it's still getting hacked. Abilities. Boost firewalls. Okay. And as to this Corvette, hit those thrusters, get going. We're repairing fire control systems. Gotta take out this guy. Like now. And so we'll climb a little bit. After all, I think the guns are on the back of our flagship. What? Fire? Why aren't you firing? Oh, he did not have an arc. Okay. So, I guess his guns just can't elevate that high.
Yes, Commander.
And they are hacking him, but they're hacking the hangar to prevent fighters from launching or landing. My fighters have already been deployed, so they wouldn't be able to land, but if we win the fight, it doesn't matter. We can arrange their landing. Hey, as long as he's not attacking fire control. And I'll elevate to try to get range. He's probably going to keep climbing to stay out of it. I've got ships scattered all over because they're in such bad shape. But that's just the way it's got to be, I think. Now, this guy's in horrible shape, and he's got a fighter escort as a result of it. However, he is so far away now that I think the fighters need to come back and just attack. Truly, my interest, as it stands, is on the Lieutenant Colonel's ship and that Cylon ship. Gotta get this done. Just start connecting, please. There! Nice! Shouldn't take much. And it didn't. Alright, so they have one more ship. So we'll have the flagship come about, as sharp as they can. And then honestly, they'll hit their thrusters and try to just race over here. I don't even know where the other ship is. There he is. There's really nothing in range to do shit to it, but we can have these two Raptors fire rockets. So I don't think, I mean, that's not going to kill it. It'll hurt it a little bit. Is he about to run into an asteroid? Or a space rock? No. Forgot to
Yes, sir.
fix that fire control. You can start doing that. Alright, well. It would be shit as if more Cylons jumped in, like right now. Because then I'd just withdraw. Then it'd be over. There'd be no sense in prolonging the fight. Those rockets missed. I forgot they're unguided ones.
Subsystem repairs are complete.
However, his missiles are guided and they won't miss. But yep, that's okay. That's okay. We'll get in a defensive posture.
Emergency cruiser on standby.
Batten down those hatches. And keep doing what you're doing. Honestly, if I was smart, I would have put myself put that rock in between us and them. I'll do it now, but it's too little too late for that salvo anyways. Flagship. I'm telling you, the flagship. If nothing else, the fleet commander here, she can feel good about herself. Mainly just because she wasn't targeted. It's not a whole lot of what she did. It's pretty much luck of the draw. Why they didn't target this, I don't know. I don't think there's anything in between us and our target, so we will fire guided missiles and cross fingers. What's the name of this ship again? The Trebuchet. Alright, Trebuchet. Do this. Suppose I should watch this. Again, nothing, this is... What's the name of this ship? Sipahi? The Sipahi is gonna be okay.
That's what you get, crackers.
Gotta close distance, man. Do we have thrusters on? No. So get those on.
Understood.
And intercept. Before this dude, it does end up blowing up the Sipahi or another ship. Please be enough. Nope. Well, actually, this ship's in better shape than I thought. We can stop working on fire control because, frankly, I'd like to use it. Fire what? I think it'll only fire 1 or 2 missiles, considering how compromised it is. However, the flagship is probably back in gun range. That should do the trick. Yeah, we gotta be in range there. I wonder if anybody else is gonna hit anything. Not so much. I should slow this guy down before he gets into trouble, though. Yeah, you can kill your thrusters now. Like, some of these ships are still fleeing at full speed, but they really don't need to be anymore. But it's neither here nor there. This is either going to do it, or it'll happen in the next round. Come on, fire. Get your angle. Yes, there we go. That's it. Not yet. Still not yet. Okay, let's slow you down. This is a good angle, unless they decide to ram you. You can kill them first, I think. I'm just gonna go with it. I don't care what the other ships are doing. It dawns on me that no one's gonna hit anything. I think they warn you now. They didn't used to. Now they say, hey, are you sure? Oh. Damn. What is her first name? Padmavati. Padmavati Hardy. I'll just call her Lieutenant Colonel Hardy. I should really screen these officers, based on their names. Alright, so the Trebuchet, the flagship, which is really only just a frigate, but whatever. It destroyed 3 enemy ships. I'm not surprised. It's actually the one ship that managed to hold its own. It did receive some depth. Like, it'll need repairs, but whatever. They'll all need repairs. Especially the light carrier. These light carriers, I hate buying them, but this early in the game is the only option. Because ultimately, you do get some, serious carriers. So, in other words, mid-game, late-game, you're not even going to want these things in your fleets. But for now, they're going to make the difference. Well, I shouldn't say that, because this one certainly didn't make any difference. That said, it was nice having the fighter squadron there. I don't know what they did, but they were busy. They were busy. You know what it probably was? It was probably just busy work. It's probably just every time I looked at them, they were like, alright boys, look busy. Look busy. Just shoot the asteroids. I don't know, man. Yeah, didn't destroy any ships. The Amargosa got torn up right at the beginning, so it was just... Hell, it almost jumped out of there, but... In truth, it didn't matter that it stayed either, because it didn't really do anything. These other two... the Secker actually destroyed one of those ships. It's a good deal. And the Sipahi... Whatever. Did alright. Alright. Time to look at a more cinematic view. And one thing I like about the cinematic view... I'm just going to put it on auto cam. Because it's got the word auto in it, and I'm partial to that. But you can actually sit there and, plot out each shot and all that, so you can do some real nifty cinematic stuff with this part of the game. Anyways, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to use every opportunity that they do a replay to smoke a cigarette. Because, hey, that's one thing about Battlestar Galactica, they still smoke in that whole universe. Here we go. Hey, Plaz, welcome aboard. Good to see you, man. How's your Friday?
Fire control is warmed up and preparing solutions. Escort clearance zone is active.
Come on, don't focus on the ships that aren't doing anything.
Reaching bingo fuel.
Time to clean up and go home.
Not yet.
That's what you get, crackers. They're breaking. Push the line.
So what? This was where the flagship was having trouble getting range. Now it's about to reestablish that. I think that'll do it. That was too damn close, though. That was way close. I mean, it wasn't a close battle, but it was... We almost lost ships. Glad the weekend is here. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Just got the notice. Aha. Finished 12 rounds of nuclear winter. Alright, well... Lieutenant Colonel Hardy, she pulled it off. But again, just barely. Got so close to losing an asset. If the colonial representatives don't start giving us better ships, there's not... Yeah, they'll just... Might as well be just launching their money into space. God, this sector is just covered in enemy fleets. So much for this stream just being one story mission. I'm just gonna grind. What about Hardy's fleet? It needs some repairs, and I think I can just buy it all at once. Yeah, 54. Yeah, we have plenty of that. It's okay. She's back in decent shape. I mean, that's the other thing. If she had lost 1 or 2 ships, what is the point of her posting up at that planet to defend it? I mean, she's just gonna be sitting there as a show of force that would really just run away at the first sign of an enemy. Which, honestly, if we wanted the UN to be here, then we'd just have the UN be here. And, what about the other fleet in that area? What's its deal? Oh, okay. This is a fleet that's seen some action. Same composition, but they're veteran crews. So that's a little more heartening, I guess. Now, before I move in on the story mission again, these two green fleets need to come together, swap out some ships, just for the interim. Or... you know, maybe he could get some experience by doing this mission before he moves on to this one. Nah. We're gonna do the proper mission, I think. Say, hit him with a snoozle. No, that's an exclamation point. Hit him with a snooze. Well, your name is Adama, so I think your advice carries a lot of weight around here. Adama, good to see you, man. How's Friday treating you? Hopefully well. So what do I want to do swapping these ships out? It's like a couple things. Both of these officers in charge of these particular fleets, they're only lieutenant colonels. They're only able to command so many ships. But what I'd like to do is take the 2 heaviest hitters from the Canceron fleet. Hey, that's a question. What sign are you guys? I'll play along myself. What's your sign? Because I want to know what fleet, what planet would be representing you. Not that every planet has, every planet, or rather every colony in this game is represented by an astrological sign. For instance, mine would be out here in BFE, and they don't really add much to the equation, which pretty much summarizes my life. Alright. So we want the Canceron fleet to give a few ships to the Erelon fleet. Is this the Canceron fleet? See officer. The officers. But that's not him. Oh, well, okay, that answers my question. This is the Erelon fleet right here. Which makes that one the Canceron fleet. Who's the commander of that? Randall, Captain Mustache. Alright. Well, congratulations, Lieutenant Colonel. You're about to lose your flagship for a little bit. Someone's gotta borrow it. The Monaco, it's called. And then if they do well in this battle, that's good, because then his top two ships, at least the crews, will get some experience. So yeah, well, how do I do this? I don't know if I can just give them the flagship. I might have to... We'll take this Corvette and set it as the flagship. Okay, yeah, that works. So now he's aboard that. Now we transfer the Monaco. And we transfer the... What is that? The Pinatubo. Well, whatever you want to call it. Oh. He can't join that fleet? And there's nothing I can do because I can't promote either of these guys. They haven't done anything. Well, okay. Well, can I give them a Corvette? Wish somebody gave me a Corvette. The Jaguar. No, I can't give them anything. Unless I pull the Corvette out of that fleet. Oh, is that what I want to do? All this shuffling's making me dizzy. Okay, but I'll try it. So give up an EOS, because I don't like that name. So give it to Lieutenant Colonel Mustache. And then, Lieutenant Colonel Mustache, can you give your light carrier to the cause? You can? Alright. See, that's what we like with our officers, a little cooperation. And before we jump into combat, in which I will undoubtedly, flinch, I better save. Okay. Now, Lieutenant Colonel ready. We'll have orders to go on in there. I don't know if this is a good idea. Head into Aquaria. Aquaria. I mean, I could see not telling me your age, but your sign? Come on, pal, what's your sign? What's your sign? Imagine me approaching you on the dance floor. At the gay bar. I'm just asking you for your sign. Can't wait to get a, let's see. Can't wait to get a BC, same one you told me about. Funny. Your sign is funny. Alright, don't play along. I'll survive without your signs. But I am thinking if I go the multiplayer route eventually, I'll probably use people's signs as an indication of what fleet they'll be attached to. Yeah, we go with Aquaria. Yeah, I'm not confident about this, but here goes nothing. You pre-ordered both a PS5 and Xbox. Look at you. Nice, man. Hell yeah. Mine would always... Nice. So we do have a few ships that I can combine into... Yeah, might as well. I'm going to do a little housekeeping here. The Astana. The newest flagship, which is the same old crap as the other flagships. But... Or the Impy. Not sure I'm fond of that name. Transfer the Jarl to the, to whichever fleet that is. Transfer this Corvette to whichever fleet that is. And I'll figure out what fleet that was. Okay, it was the Impy. Well, I need to put an officer in charge of that shitty little fleet. Well, I only have 2 officers that aren't assigned. Watterson and Asker. Well, I'll ask her. Nope, not that one. That one. And since I do have another flagship, I might as well put Watterson on it. Yeah. Here you go, have fun with it. Ares. So wait, wouldn't that be, that would be this fleet that I'm about to deploy. Oh boy. It means nothing at this point, but for shits and giggles, these would be your people. This would be your colony, your fleet. So it's not your colony you're going to defend. No, of course not. The government wants you to go defend some other planet. Aquaria. Ain't that the way shit works, you know? Well, I guess I needn't stall any further. I am quite convinced this is not going to be easy. Oh, wait. Ship manufacturing. Ship. S-H-I-P. Just in case any of you thought I was trying. I manufacture shit daily if I can. It's good to be, regular. Alright. Well, I'm not going to need another flagship. I will need another carrier eventually. I'm trying to think what else is outstanding from those 2 fleets. Let's do one more Corvette. And shit, I'm running out of materials, so... Now I will stop stalling.
Detected a Cylon escort fleet, sir.
Just don't attack me. Don't attack me. Okay, good. Alright, dude. You've got a massive fleet. I mean, considering it's early game, it's still not an impressive one. But it's not about the size. It's about how you use it, buddy. So I didn't go through the briefing again. Essentially, there's a civilian ship. Its employers have basically washed their hands of it. And we're going to go get it because it does have some nice tech on it. However, of course, there's Cylon ships in the area. In fact, 2 very impressive Cylon ships. Then the rest is just your typical Cylon fare. So I don't know. Protect the civilians. Survive, if not destroy, those two big bastards. And get out of there. That's what the Airlonian fleet intends to do under Lieutenant Colonel Reddy. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Alright. How are we gonna do this? I guess I'll actually have a fighter wing now instead of just a squadron. That's a plus. What ship is this? This is the flagship. What is... Kind of set the main fleet back. And again, that's tricky. I mean, if I set the main fleet back, then the enemy has more opportunities to concentrate. What the hell was that noise? What the fuck? Sorry, the laptop's yelling at me. Stream still going? Nah, it's still on about important updates, dude. Oh, it's Discord being dumb. Well, I don't need Discord. In fact, I can close out Discord. There we go. PC Nation. Wait. In-house drama now or drama of the past? Drama of the past, right? There's no drama in the chat tonight, is there? It's like water under the bridge drama, right? That's what you're referring to, I think. I don't know, because I'm not up with it. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out why my Discord's being dumb. Okay, cool. Just making sure. Because, yeah, even reading your guys' conversation, I'm like, wait, now what? You know, I'm like, I don't see what either of you said that would... Except for the PC console war. That leaves a lot of casualties. Alright. So now I'm done dealing with Discord. I'm sure there's not a civil war in the chat. I need to figure out where to set my ships up in order to get them destroyed slower. We'll put the flagship here. I still don't know about all this. We'll put the other ship that is very similar. Oh, no, better yet, we put them on this side, because over here is where the civilian ship is. These guys can launch fighters and whatnot. So therefore, the fighters can go protect the civilian ship to the best of their ability anyways. Put the carriers over here as well, because they'll be launching stuff too. That's fine. And finally, the corvettes. Just kind of have them hang back. Nope, we'll kind of have them go forward. They can be the first ones to rendezvous with the civilians. And thereby potentially be the first ones to get blasted. Last thing, what are these carriers carrying? 1 fighter squadron, 2 fighter squadrons. These I usually like to put Raptors aboard, but maybe I'll just put Raptors on the flagship. Yeah. That'll do, I guess. Man, I'm not confident about this, but here goes. It's gonna be messy. There's one thing for this Lieutenant
Prepare to
Colonel
jump
ready.
in 3, 2, 1.
Lady, I told you not to interrupt me while I was speaking.
Jump
I don't
complete. Hostile Dratus marks already on the board. The research ship is responding and active.
It's peculiar to see a Vardmodia ship so far from home. Their
What does
drone
that mean?
technology isn't so radical that they need help from the Aquarians.
What?
It's possible that was just a front. Maybe some rogue techs looking for refuge before the Quorum passes its AI ban.
You know,
I don't think so. In that regard, Vergis has more to be concerned about than these folks. They're drone enthusiasts at best. More interested in actuators and processors.
Either
okay.
way. Commander, proceed as planned. This may be a rare lucrative day for Colonial Fleet.
Thank you, Admiral Kane. Those two get to talking, and it just makes me mad. I can't keep up with what the drone enthusiasts. That's all I got. Okay, so civilian ship, you need to hurry up. The sooner you get to us, the safer you'll be. Is the idea.
So say we all.
It's not a guarantee. It's just a general idea. Now, these guys, they'll fire up their thrusters and try to get to them as fast as they can, so they can get destroyed instead of the civilians.
Understood.
And scramble everything. Don't come at me with this
Understood.
over easy or sunny side up. We need to scramble. And I think that's it. However, we'll turn to port. Everything except those little Corvettes can turn to port, because that's where the big dogs are coming from.
On it, Commander.
Alright. That's a little close. I don't think they'll collide. Again, I think they'll warn me if they're about to collide. Huh, I might even have them set up so they could... anyways, that's neither here nor there. Go, go, go.
Get every gun ready and bearing on the hostile.
Yeah, every gun and then some. Alright, we need to get IDs on some of these unknown ships. And that's where the Raptor comes in. I think I know
Yes,
what this
sir.
is, but go find out. And fighters. I don't know. Send, we'll form 2 of them into a squadron. Let's call it Red Squadron, because who doesn't like Star Wars? So Red Squadron will travel with, the Corvettes. Shit, I mean, honestly, just head to the civilians, really. And the last fighter squadron... escort the Raptors to their destination. And that'll do. Except civilians, you might want to climb, I think.
Yes, Commander.
And yeah, that will do. Shit, honestly, as this goes down, oh no. Let's just look at this guy. Here goes.
Action station, not a drill.
Come on, give us an ID.
IFF confirms unit is hostile.
Yep, those are the big ones, of course.
Commander, multiple new Dratus contacts.
Yeah. Fuck, just fire your rockets,
Missiles
why
on
not?
their way.
I should say frack, right? That's more lore friendly. And at that rate, the flagship can fire its
Action
missiles as
stations.
well. It's not, just not screw around this
Missiles
time.
on their way.
Everybody focus on the same target. Take these pricks out one at a time. And doesn't that sound like we're about to have the worst party you've ever been to? Or the best, depending on your, what do you call that? Depending on which way
Firing
you
solutions
swing.
updated.
Yeah, just everything. Everything if you can help it on that one. But not you guys. You guys need to protect the civilians. So come about.
So say we all.
Well, actually, since they've got missiles too, I mean, let's just overkill that dude. And watch, it still won't be enough to destroy it, but I'm thinking it's gonna hurt. That's the hope, anyways. Everybody get offensive.
Missile tubes prepped.
We'll get one Corvette in front of her and one behind. Just hope that the civilians survive this. What is this? Enemy squadron. Where's ours? Red squadron.
Yes, sir.
Attack. Go get them. In fact, I'll focus on you guys. Because why not? Damn, I would have preferred if you'd gotten them before. Oh well, they got there as fast as they could. Alright, there's the escort, although this Corvette will probably wind up on the other side of that ship, because, you know, just to be in the way of enemy fire. And this time, I'll focus on, the big guy that we're trying to you know, everybody
say we
gang
all.
up on. You guys slow down. There's no need to get out ahead of your support ships. Let's see what happens to this dude. Oh yeah, where's this guy? What were you doing anyways? Just identifying ships, okay. So go identify... Yeah, okay, he's been identified. Go see about these new ones. And hopefully we'll F this thing up. Yeah, Discord died. They kept doing the connect-disconnect thing. Nice, Plaz. It'll be a pleasure to sail with you, man. Although you'll be able to run it a lot better with the new Xbox. Not that not that it requires a whole lot. Although the developers have said that they're pretty much pushing everything they got. Like, they can't run multiple big events at once. Yours crashed too, okay. Uh-huh. Huh, so it's on their end, I guess. I wonder. Let me, well, no, I don't want to open up. I was about to open it up and see See if JPEG was in his, because I know he's streaming too. I wonder. Shit, I mean, if it happened to both of us, though, I imagine it's widespread.
Berserk is taking damage. Fighter squadron is taking fire.
Come on, you gotta be able to kill that thing. If you can't, then this is all pointless. It might be doable. The question is, what kind of shape are my ships in? Like, fuck, like he's almost dead. The hecka. Well, batten down the hatches, seal everything off. Stop putting out so much fire, unfortunately. And turn away, because there's no sense. No sense
Yes,
in
Commander.
staying in the fight under those conditions. Of course, as soon as he leaves, this other carrier's about to, you know... Although I'd imagine they'll stretch their firing arc pretty thin to try to get the one they've already wounded. But I don't know for sure. And I don't want him to be in the way of their missiles, but I don't... Yeah, it's not going to be a problem until they get reloaded.
On it, Commander.
Actually, they can do something like that. Meanwhile, the important part is the civilians, I guess. I mean, honestly, to me, the important part are my fleets, but... Erlon would
Yes, sir.
still prefer to have a defensive fleet after this is finished. Otherwise, lose everything protecting a colony that's not their own.
So say we all.
Enemy fighter squadron is being torn up pretty bad. Here comes another fighter squadron. But we've got ships inbound. In fact, this squadron can forget escorting those guys and just go directly after them. And I think that's going to be that. I just want to make sure that the heck of this carrier gets the hell out of there without being destroyed. Although I'm not confident about that. We'll see.
Berserk is taking
Nope,
damage.
it's not. Son of a bitch. Huh. I hate to say it, but that's a fair trade-off. I'd prefer not to lose anything, but we took down a much larger ship. As to this one, he's still in pretty good shape. His starboard side is starting to give way. And that is the side that we're continually putting fire on. How much you want to bet he starts his turn pretty soon to try to present his port side instead. Speaking of starboard side, this ship needs to come about too before it gets destroyed. Fine, just show your ass to him. Maybe that'll impress him. We need missiles. We need those missiles reloaded. Like now. You can speed up. Catch up with the civilian. Civilian, they've taken some light damage, but not a lot.
So say we all.
What's this guy doing? It's like he's heading towards our flagship, but... In fact, it's only 2 fighters. 3 fighters. Yeah, they'll be gone. They've got Red Squadron on their ass. Oh, shit. So, this class of ship, it's a Cerastes. It's a Cylon ship. It's a fighter killer. It's an anti-fighter ship. And its guns, honestly, it can do a hell of a number on any old ship. Like if it catches up with the Tartarus and starts putting fire into it, it's just got so many little guns. Cylons seem better at building ships. Okay, so we'll recall the Raptors. I'm having second thoughts about sending this squadron after that squadron, but then again, we can't just let them go around unmolested. Would that be the word? I guess it would be. Yeah, they're gonna have to grin and bear it. Alright. Can you turn away without getting destroyed? I think he maybe can, but then again, I thought the heck I could, so I don't know. Yours did just come back on? Okay. I might try here after this battle.
Berserk is taking damage.
Yeah, he's taking a lot of damage. Well. The Peanut Tubo. It's a dumb name. That doesn't mean I want to sacrifice him, but... God, I didn't even put him in defensive posture. Get in defensive posture. Fire those missiles. We're finally reloaded. Guess that enemy squadron was destroyed, so Red Squadron has come about. The fighter killer, the Cerastasis, it has caught up with the Tartarus anyways. And it's putting fire on it. So we'll activate thrusters and try to get out of their range. How about how about missiles? For what they hit. I mean, it's almost pointless to fire at this because I'd be hitting the port side and that armor is very much intact. I think, honestly, hit the fighter killer. Because if we clear him out, we can get kind of like, not air superiority, but fighter superiority anyways. Which isn't saying much. I've only got 3 squadrons.
Berserk is taking damage.
How bad? It's pretty bad. What about this beast? Oh, it's so close to dead. I mean, just put every gun on it, please, and definitely don't lose your firing.
On it, Commander.
Gotta kill it before it kills this guy. That's not happening, is it? Nah.
Yes,
it's
Commander.
just not. You know what? If you're gonna die, do it in style. Turn, put your guns on them. Fucking blowing them up. That's how it's done. In fact, get to offensive posture.
Action stations ready.
I'm sure the crew of that ship appreciates that order. Is this gonna be okay over here? Yes, dude lost his range. It's funny there's range, since we're in space. Actually.
Yes, Commander.
Fire missiles. Since this guy never did. And are my fighters staying clear of that? Not really. Honestly, that's probably what's going on. I don't know. Nah, he's out of range. I would say even if he is in range, these Celestra classes, if a fighter squadron gets near them, they'll divert their guns from a capital ship. Not that I have any capital ships, from a larger ship and focus on them. I've noticed that's kind of the way it works. They love to pick on fighters. So in that scenario, your larger ships are going to be spared, I guess. How many more fighters do they have here? Like, honestly. Not their hit points, but their fighters. I don't even see one. Oh, maybe I do. Yeah, there's 5 of them. Very hard to see, though. My hope is that the Cylons don't send any more ships in. If they send another one of these mothers in, what are they called? Revenants? If they send another one of those in, the fix is in. I'm done. That guy's heading back to his landing bay. Alright. This isn't gonna... It's not gonna end well for this carrier, but... Obviously, I told him to turn and attack. Oh well, here goes.
Berserk is taking damage.
Get your guns on him. Oh, he didn't even have a
Adamant is
chance.
taking damage.
Jesus, this is kind of costly. Tell you what, this planet needs its own damn fleet. Because the 2 adjacent planets are going to be pretty pissed at it that they sent their people here to die for it. Me, I'd land on the ground and be like, sorry, suckers, your fucking planet's ours now. Because you won't defend it. You made us do it. That's why I'd be a bad leader. Fuck, they're almost dead. Recall, even though I don't think they're gonna get out of there. Not Red Squadron, though. They're just doing their own thing. They're attacking that, which is a light carrier. It looks like it hit some space debris. Alright, I guess I'll watch the civilian ship, which, in all actuality, should start making a turn to link up with the other ships. The flagship and its sister ship. I don't mean to rush, but I think that's it for now. I really hope they don't bring anything else in. Fucking fighter destroyers attacking.
Adamant is taking damage.
Oh, he was shooting at this guy, but I think the range is so severe that he's not really doing a lot of damage. Don't want to jinx myself. Let's hit those thrusters. Of course, the military ships need to lag behind the civilian ship because it's just not cut out to take much fire at all. As soon as we get missiles back, as soon as we get those tubes loaded, we can fire again, obviously. And did that single fighter? Yeah, it's just one guy. One fighter left in that little squadron. But he's getting the hell out of there. He's a survivor, that one. Watch, he'll be dead by the next round. Anyways. And does the flagship have any missiles ready? No. Either way, he's not doing any good over there. So, he's got to get over to where the fighting is.
Adamant is taking damage.
Doing okay. Civilian ship is taking some fire, apparently. Probably from that fucking Celestra. It's got some serious range. Those things really are a pain in the ass. Blow some shit up. That's what I'm trying. Actually, it's funny you mentioned Buck Rogers. It is funny that you mentioned Buck Rogers because there's a ship in this which is Buck Rogers. It's his ship. I forget what they call it, but from what I understand, the Buck Rogers property is also owned by the same people that own Battlestar Galactica, and I think it has been since back in the day. So, in other words, you buy the rights to Battlestar Galactica, you've got the rights to Buck Rogers. So they actually have a certain. It's kind of like it's a fighter ship that's a little bigger, and its purpose is to go after capital ships. I haven't unlocked it yet, but it's kind of funny that it's in there. It's a trap. It kind of was. These Aquarian bastards. If any of you enjoy the astrological sign Aquarius, I'm putting this squarely at your feet. It's your people.
Understood.
It's your people that did this, that started this fight, that asked for help in the first place. From that planet. Did you know that? Everybody with the astrological sign Aquarius comes from that planet. You learn something new every day. Frickin' Aqua people. What are you gonna do?
Yes, Commander.
Thank you. See, at least the AI lady supports what I say. Right? Alright, now she didn't say it. Right, lady? What a cunt. What a cunt. She says it when never mind. Alright, fire missiles. More missiles at that guy, because he's a pain in everyone's ass. Well, that's weird. One can fire and one can't. I thought I fired them simultaneously. I guess I didn't. But the COIS, Lieutenant Colonel Reddy's ship, is ready. Get offensive. Start hurling insults and missiles at this thing. This silly little carrier. No. No. Yes. And the sister ship, the flagship of the Canceron fleet. We'll do the same thing. And fire missiles as well. That ought to do it, I think. Gonna hit debris. Does it matter? I don't think it matters. Yeah, if memory serves, it doesn't matter. You can just fly right through it. Alright. I mean, whatever. I'm not even too worried about that ship. I mean, still we gotta destroy it, but it's not the biggest threat on the board. Now that the big dogs are gone, this guy. I just accidentally said gun, just because of the number of guns this bastard has. He's got them everywhere, too. Hard to see, but they're there. It's like ragu. It's in there. Alright, I'm not changing anything, I don't think. It's my problem sometimes, I don't think.
Yes, sir.
See, she agreed with that. What a cunt. Alright, go. Come on, destroy it, it's weak. Thank you. Alright, now we gotta destroy that thing. And hey, I think the civilians, they're letting the civilians lag behind. That's not good. You can't do that. Sorry. Sorry. If anybody's gonna get shot, it's gotta be our soldiers, not our civilians. It is a dawn. All right, sorry, Mikey. I had to mute my mic for like half laughing, half coughing fit. I loved the Battlestar Galactica TV series. Do you mean the original or do you mean the reboot? Because I mean, either way is cool. I'm not a science fiction snob, so I mean, not to say there's not IPs I don't like, because I didn't really like the old show so much. My brother swears that we watched it a lot. He swears that I liked it, but maybe I just, as I got older, I was like, no, I mean, it's not Star Wars or Star Trek. I mean, I was never a huge Trekkie either, but it just seems to me that the budget was a lot smaller. But the one in the early 2000s that Ron Moore did, that stuff was brilliant, which is what this is mainly borrowing from. The old one. Oh, the answer's right there in front of me. I don't know. I don't hate it. But I don't know. Maybe what it is I haven't watched it since back then, and my memories are those of like the little kid and the weird dog. The basically wore a little outfit. Didn't the dog like have a little spacesuit looking thing? And it's just so weird for me. I don't know. But I should stop thinking about it because, as Mikey points out, thinking is overrated. Don't think, just do. And, that said, don't go attacking the fighter killer if you're fighters. Oh, they can't go land, their carrier's been destroyed. Well, I guess we have to win this battle then. Alright, we'll go attack whatever that is and let's just hope that it's not another one of those. Does that sound okay? One thing I like about I like about this game is the first class of Battlestar that you unlock.
On it, Commander.
This game definitely is inspired by the new series, but the first class of Battlestar you unlock is a direct representation of the old one. And that's true for a few of the ships. But then as, you just start unlocking newer generations of them, they kind of meld the two series together in that way, if that makes sense. But yeah, when I saw the first Battlestar that you unlock, back when I was playing this regularly, I just straight up just thought like that would be the theme song for the old one. Well, that's what just blew up. Oh, that was the enemy carrier. Fucking, he's firing at the escort again. Dude, you gotta get out of here. And do you know maybe these escort ships just gotta stop running.
Yes,
Turn
Commander.
and face them. Stop this running shit. There's two of you, one of him. I know he's got the cooler ship, but y'all can do this. You can do this. In fact, you've got missiles, sir. Let's go ahead and use them.
Missiles on their way.
He doesn't have missiles. He's just got 75 guns. That's all. You've got 2, 3. Anyways, he'll go back. They'll go back. It's kind of risky because then I'm leaving the civilian unescorted and watch another Cylon ship jump in right next to him. This game has a habit of doing shit like that. Get in there and ID this guy. We haven't even ID'd him yet. I need some investigation discovery. Joe Kenda his ass, if that makes sense to anyone. Put all your fire on the unknown. Alright. What should I be paying attention to? Well, he'll be fine as he turns around, but so kinda curious about this. I want to know if it's a fighter killer, because if so, these fighters are about to run into some trouble. What are they called? Vipers? They're not Vipers, are they? Yeah, I think they are.
IFF confirms unit is
Sweet.
hostile.
It's a bullshit ship.
Celestra is taking damage.
Okay, you got him then. You got him. We should worry about this guy.
So say we all.
What say we all? That we should worry about this guy? Oh. Well, okay, stay low so he can fire his missiles. Stop with that, lady.
Action stations.
Guessing the civilian ship isn't taking... Yeah, it is still taking fire. Fuck, he's just shooting right past the escort. You dudes really need to take him out. It's all on the Asteria and the Tartarus. Don't get your ass handed to you and don't turn into tartar sauce. That's a dumb motto. Just go.
Celestra is taking damage.
So do it, right? Missiles! Bastard. Oh boy, what about those civilians? Oh, so their rear armor's pretty much been burnt off. The right side armor, starboard side armor, so turn a little left. Yeah, that's no good. See, easy. If you look down the list of systems, their navigation system is starting to be affected, so they're slowing down a lot anyway, so they can't even outrun. Well, they could repair. Let's start to repair that. I don't think it really matters, though. He's gonna overtake us.
On it, Commander.
Unless these corvettes can deal with him. What's happening over here? This guy's gotta be done. He's fighting 2 frigates. And the frigates are okay. Again, the flagship's in great shape. We'll actually have him kind of turn into them a little bit. While the other one keeps going, because he does have some damage. In fact, oh shit, we got missiles again. Fire those. That goes doubly for you. But, again, I'm more worried about him. Because he is a threat to the mission objective.
Manticore is taking damage.
Come on. Damn, that fire is insane. Actually, the fire aboard his ship is pretty bad,
Celestra
too.
is secured and preparing to be boarded.
Now, why doesn't Lieutenant Colonel Reddy doesn't look like he's fit to be a soldier, let alone shine boots? I hate to judge a book by its cover, and I should have. But he did lose a few ships. I need not remind you. He borrowed some ships, and he lost them. Alright. To catch up real quick, apologies. I do. I need to unlock the Flash Gordon stuff. The stuff, I think it is just one class of ship. It was Bonanza in space, the old one was. I agree, Hawk. I don't know if you mean that's a good thing or a bad thing. By the way, welcome, Hawk. I hope you're having a delicious Friday. I don't even know what that means, so I just hope you're having a good Friday. But I absolutely agree. Flash. Or Buckaroo Banzai. Space Ghost. Or Duck Dodgers. Is Duck Dodgers a thing? Wait, is that a thing? And when you say Buckaroo Banzai, damn, that makes me. Oh shit! I remember a character named Yosagi Yojimbo. Does anybody else remember that? This would be about the time that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was getting popular. Which is probably about the time I should have been grown out of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but you know, what else was on TV back then? I still watched cartoons. But Yosagi Yojimbo, I think, was a comic book. And I think it, was slightly ahead of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was of the same universe. Let's see what our ships did or didn't do. The civilian ship, I don't really care what you did. You survived, and that's what's important. You bunch of Aquarian beggars begging us for help. Conscript your own navy. That's what I suggest, and actually I should do that for them, probably. The flagship destroyed one enemy vessel. Luckily, I think it was one of those big ass vessels, so that's a good deal. The Monaco, which is the flagship for the Canteron defense fleet, so he's just kind of on loan. Nice, destroyed two of them. The Heka was destroyed. The Pinatubo was also destroyed, and destroyed an enemy ship. And the Corvettes, one of them, the Tartarus, destroyed an enemy ship. Anyways, here's the cinematic replay, and my excuse to slip away for a second.
Get every gun ready and bearing on the hostiles. Weapons free and by the numbers, folks. Action station, action station. This is not a drill. Target acquisition. Manual controls now. Reloading.
That ship stopped dead in its tracks. Don't know why. Well, that was kind of messy. Yeah, it's a little messy because that whole system now doesn't have carriers because we got both of them killed or destroyed. So I've got to dispatch more carriers, which means I need to actually come up with a fleet to escort them there, because if you send out 2 carriers alone, they'll get ambushed. Usagi Yojimbo was a character in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and got his own spinoff. Yes, that's true. Yeah, it was kind of late in the series, but I do think he preceded them comic book wise, because as far as I recall, he was the first. My buddy Kurt, when I was little, turned me on to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and all that stuff. But the first one he ever showed to me was Usagi Yojimbo comics. But then, yeah, he was kind of late to the series and stuff. I guess Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was just more popular. But he got his own show, too. I didn't realize that. He was a Samurai Rabbit. Yes. Post a pic of Duck Dodger in your Discord. Oh, let me open up Discord real quick. Come on, Discord, you can cooperate. Oh, he was a Warner Brothers. Okay. I love Marvin the Martian. There is some other rabbit in space that I was picturing, and it wasn't Daffy. I don't remember what it was. Okay. Well, I'm glad that's out of the way. Fuck, I think Discord's still being stupid. Making strange noises. I'm not even trying. Oh, it thinks I'm still trying to be in streaming. Or going solo or whatever. Hey, Cynical, how you doing? Morning to you. So, this fleet needs to be broken up again, and, what was his name? The Canceron fleet needs its flagship back. Of course, they're getting shortchanged. Because the Airlon fleet lost one of their carriers for them. Anyway, as it stands, they need to jump back to Airlon. Nah, it's the wrong fleet, Otto. That's gotta be it. Can I afford to repair it? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I need you to jump back to your home planet. So victory at a small cost for anybody that's Aries. I know one of you are Aries. I've only got 2 people's signs. I'm not gonna out Mr. Strontium, but I've got his. I know which fleet will represent him, but this fleet, we'll just say the president of that colony is Plaz. So good news, except for I think the Canceron government is probably pissed at your people, or your navy, anyways. But the Aquarians, they're grateful until we kick them in the ass and they get their own navy. I am doing well, playing a game I haven't played for some time. And I'm glad to be back into it. I love strategy games. And I'm partial to Battlestar Galactica. The reboot, anyways. So this is kind of right up my alley. I'm trying to think. It's past 3 here. But I still haven't gone for my 3 hours. There's about 20 minutes left in the stream. I'm asking myself, do I want to move on that mission? Although I'm a little hesitant too with 2 fleets that have just taken losses there. Now, it stands to reason, like, I could send the Sagittarian fleet in there. I think not only are they unscathed, I want to say they're a veteran fleet. I think they've seen some action. Yeah, they have. So, I mean, they could go in there and do those people's dirty jobs for them. What a mess over here. That's a lot of Cylon fleets. I'd love to knock that out, though. Phoebe. Not a colony. Let me deal with some housekeeping. I don't think I have any ships that just got built. No. Do I have new carriers on the way? Yes, one. The Orleans. Or the Orleans, whatever. Might as well queue up another one. In fact, maybe I can just build it. I can force. No, I'm not gonna do that. That'll eat up most of our resources. It's just not worth it. Bucky O'Hare. Yes, thank you. Yep, Bucky O'Hare was the one that I was picturing. Wonder if there's any Bucky O'Hare assets in this game. I'd like to see them on the board. ASAP. Or what about those guys in space? They played the guitar and they rode on surfboards and stuff. I don't mean Silver Surfer. Maybe they didn't ride on surfboards. I only have vague memories of that. Bucky O'Hare. Yeah. Man, he got that fleet torn up. Still, it's a victory, so he may still get a promotion. I'm gonna hold off on that. I need to think on it, to be honest. It does cost resources to promote him anyways. If anybody's getting a promotion, it's this gal from Pycon, which I guess would be Pisces. She's the one that really deserves a promotion. Didn't lose a single ship, although certainly in a way should have. Alright, Sagittarian fleet. You'll be my last battle of the evening. We'll get you jumping over there. Unless the Cylons intervene, if that happens, then that'll be the last battle. But for now, jump out of there and get underway. Alright. That'll do. Oh, I need to see if there's any officers from any areas that I currently don't have an officer from. Leonis. Leo. That's me. Those are my people. Did I hire somebody from... Let's see. Who do I got? I've got somebody from Pycon. Somebody from Sagittarian. Tauron. Erlon. Libran. Pycon? How come I have... Oh, that's right, because the guy in charge of the whole Navy is from Pycon, so that's a little redundant. That's alright. Canceron, Caprica... Oh, I do have somebody from Leonis. She just doesn't have a full fleet yet. She's still sitting at the, at Ragnar Station? Daedalus Station or whatever, the place where we're actually manufacturing these ships. Yeah, Greeley, he's kind of the boss, even though he's a lieutenant colonel himself. Alright. Don't attack us, Cylons. Even though I'm really worried about the bottom right-hand corner there.
New Manticore has been deployed.
Nice. Can we lump those into a fleet that's being built? Or lump that into a fleet that's being built? Yep, this one. This one needs 2 more Manticore corvettes. Transfer to that fleet. Wait, what's up? Why don't you transfer? Transfer to that fleet. Or did I just transfer 2 of them? I did! And that's the gal from Leonis. You, Lieutenant Colonel. What is your name? Ask her. Well, I'm gonna ask her to start beginning her jumps. Get all the way out there, because Leonis is up in this corner. And as you can see, I don't have any fleets up there, so she's got to go up there and protect it herself, because that's what us Leos do. By the way, if you're not against it, feel free to tell me your sign. I'm not a creep at the club. I just curious, because I will, No, that's not the right one. I'll essentially consider you, the president of said colony. Might even take your advice when it comes down to it. Okay, so she's jumping there. The Sagittarian fleet will jump into action at Phoebe. And let's find out what the hell they want out there.
This Aquarian research station has been under Cylon surveillance for a while now. Despite that, the scientists have been working out here for years and are refusing to leave. Clear out the Cylon spies before they change their mind and decide to blow it all up.
Colonel Agathon, why does Aquarius need all this help? Like, why can't they do things on their own? Silverhawks, yes. Hogs in space. Were those... Oh, Hogs in Space, that was Jim Henson. Silverhawks, yeah, you're right, that was it. Cancer, so... Yeah. So, shit, part of the Canceron fleet was involved in that last action. It was commanded by Aerolons. Aerolonians. Ares people. But the Canceron Navy donated their flagship and a carrier. But the Aerolon commander got that carrier destroyed. Because I'm not going to blame myself. It was his fault. Speaking of which, it's time for him to give that stuff back. And now that he's done that, it's time for the Canceron fleet to head back to their planet. Shit, did they, what's going on there? Did they lose? Oh, no. That's the Aerolon fleet. Okay, I was gonna say, yeah, so no doubt the Airline fleet is in worse shape than it was. Oh, that's what happened. They gave them the Jaguar. So that needs to go back to the Airline fleet. There we go. And you can jump back to Canceron. Your service is appreciated. Sorry about the losses. I'm sure we'll get a letter from their representatives. Alright. Alright, last fight unless we get attacked. So come on, Silence. Better save. And see if there's any officers this round. Erelon, Leonis, Sagittarion, Toron. Nope. Nope, there's not. I don't want any of them. And any ships? We put out any ships? Oh, okay. Alright, here goes.
Detected a Cylon escort fleet, sir. A fortified colony is under attack.
What? Pycon again. This lady doesn't get a break, does she? How much fuel do we have? Yep, get out of there. You can always come back. It's insane in that sector. 200 telium to just jump now. Yeah, just jump now. Fuck, she jumped right into another enemy fleet. Oh well. See if these Sagittarians can do it. Biker Bice from Mars. Was that Muppets too? Was that Jim Henson? Silverhawks was one of your favorite cartoons. I only vaguely remember. Lone Star? Yeah, I had forgotten about that. Mask was badass as well. Why don't I remember Mask? Would this be 80s, maybe early 90s? It was funny, I could hear my son woke up. I hear him in there singing. He's not really singing words to a song, he's just going... It's that song. It's Mario Brothers. I love that. Even my 4-year-old's eclectic, you know. Nah, he just loves Mario. So he hears that song in videos. Late 80s, early 90s. Yeah, it rings a bell. I just can't remember. Huh. I like the setup. So this is Lieutenant Colonel Murray. Sagittarian Navy. I mean, it's all colonial Navy, but that's where these ships come from. He's got the Lancer. That's kind of granted, it's just a Corvette, but it's got a history. It's been in several fights. The Tethys is his flagship. I think I like their formation as it is. So here goes. You can jump. Lieutenant Colonel?
Prepare to jump in 3, 2, 1. Hostile Dratus contacts all over the station and no local forces present. Go be a hero, Commander.
We'll see. There's only 4. Well, watch them be 4 of those, Celestra class or whatever. Alright, we'll just keep everybody on their current course. But we'll launch our Raptors and Vipers. Scratch that about
Commander.
courses, because the Corvettes...
Yes, Commander.
Turn a little bit to port. They should climb, too. Yeah, they should. Because they're better at that death from above kind of deal. Anyways, they're just better if their belly is facing the enemy. Which one's the Lancer? There he is. Keep hyping him up, he's gonna get destroyed. Weaponized vehicles. That too rings a bell. Group of people who had vehicles that transformed into weaponized vehicles. Yeah, Lone Star, yep, robot horse. I mean, for me growing up, G.I. Joe was it. Now, that said, G.I. Joe got bad, real bad, as time went on.
Yes, sir.
But early on, the early stuff, I enjoyed immensely. It's just when they started getting all neon, and suddenly they were fighting like polluters instead of a terrorist organization determined to rule the world. They kind of lost me with that.
Yes, sir.
See, she agrees. Alright, so go identify those ships, please, and let's just hope that they're not the kind of ships that kill the fighters that go and identify them. It's always a crapshoot. I don't know what the range on this carrier is, but it does have pretty sweet guns when it survives to use them. So, we'll order them to be weapons free. On that, if they can. I think we'll just keep on. I do too. Oh, I did. I still do. In fact, I ended up buying up the 20th anniversary versions. Even ordered the special ones so I could get the Dreadnoughts, the ones that, that they weren't selling in stores. Now they're all boxed up, waiting for my son to be old enough to respect them a little bit more than he would now. But, like, I overdid it as an adult, because as a kid, I think I had one Cobra Trooper, and at that rate, you might as well just name him, so he was Paul, and everyone bossed Paul around, but now, I think I've got, like, 22 or 23 Cobra Troopers. You know what I mean? Like, I overdid it. But yeah, I've got all sorts of shit out there in the garage. It's G.I. Joe against Cobra and Destro, fighting to save the day. Oh man, so I used to play in this band. We wrote a song about G.I. Joe. Half of the songs we did were just silly. Like we did them to get a laugh. I mean, don't get me wrong, the people that I played with, I mean, they were talented. There was some serious talent there. None of it was with me, mind you, but the G.I. Joe song, I'll have to look it up so I can find the lyrics. Because it's been well over a decade. But we did a G.I. Joe song, and it was, we also had a song about Taco Bell, incidentally. But yeah, I'll have to remember, I'll have to dig up those lyrics. I still have them. In fact, I should talk to our guitarist, Pete. He, he has a lot of that old stuff still. So if I could find it, I could post some of the songs we did. I might have a little trepidation doing that, but hey, my voice was better then, so. It's a different time. Less cigarettes under my belt. I kind of want to share it, Mikey. I kind of want to share it, to be honest. Just because some of them are hilarious, and not necessarily because I'm a bad singer, but because just the content was just funny as hell. Honestly, I mean, we would get people that would come to our shows, and very rarely would people be like, I love his name's Dead Man's online. He's only come around very infrequently, but in real life, he's probably my best friend, and he was our bassist. But my point is, like, very few times when people come about and be like, dude, I love that song. I just love, I love the bridge of that, or I love the bass track to that, or no, they'd just be like, you guys are funny as fuck. I just come around. Will you do the G.I. Joe song tonight? Which is kind of unfortunate for the actual musicians. Anyways, sorry about that. We'll stroll down memory lane.
Hostile unit identified.
Oh. Well, none of them are Sarah-stays, but that's an
Missiles incoming!
awful lot of missiles. Wonder what they're aiming at. I think it's this poor guy. I think it's the Lancer. Nah, they've chosen a variety of targets. Anyways, the Lancer will go into defensive posture, slow the hell down, put his front to him, and his belly? Would that make sense? No, not really. He'd be better off if they hit him up top, so he'll dive. I'm just assuming they're going after him, but they might be going after this one. I hate to react with every ship, but it'd probably be a good idea to. So you do the same thing. Meanwhile, the fighter squadron is going to try to shoot down some missiles, but this is just no way. They're not going to shoot down all of those, that's for sure. They might shoot down 3 of them. Defensive posture.
Action stations!
I'm going to hazard to guess that this ship, the Thea, is not being targeted, so he'll move ahead. Get into offensive posture.
All hands on deck!
And offend. I can hardly see that ship. There it is, there it is. Boy, the Cylons have some creative names. CY-175. Alright, so I'm not afraid to get closer with the big ships then. Although one of them is being targeted as well, so defensive posture. Maybe on both of them. And then after the missiles hit us, we'll switch up. Get offensive. Let's see. And you... I know what they are, but you still need to go identify them. So... head after the one in the middle. Hoping to see the other 2 just as a side effect, I guess. I'm offended by that move. I am too, damn it. Damn.
Taking damage.
Yeah, that was bad. So how much damage did he take? Quite a bit. His left side is kind of vulnerable. So we'll make a hard right turn. Left turn, I mean. Still Lancer. He's gonna switch, he's gonna get offensive as well.
Understood.
You just gotta move so you don't get hit by the Lancer's, missiles. Actually, you should probably just stay at that elevation. Man, if this Cylon rams him, that's gonna kind of tick me off. Then again, what's his name? Yuri Bia? Yeah, if they got a dumb name, I'm less worried about him. Fire missiles. He's almost dead, so fire missiles at somebody further back. Actually, the Lancer can fire at somebody further back as well.
Yes, Commander.
You already fired. So, no, keep your guns on him. Just to ensure the deal.
On it, Commander.
His port side is damaged pretty bad, so turn to port. Get your starboard at him.
Understood.
Fire, and this ship can get into offensive posture.
Firing
and
solutions
fire
updated.
missiles. Add something. Sure, them. And our little Raptor can fire rockets. And the fighters can do whatever the hell they want to do. Because there's no fighter killers. And we'll follow them. Nice, nice. So their lead ship is gone. They're trying to hack the Thea. Switch to defensive.
All hands on deck.
Slow down.
Understood.
Keep your fire on him. I bet this carrier is putting out a lot of fire. I'm gonna watch him this turn. Everyone else, well, you gotta keep your starboard to them. But yeah, you can climb.
So say we all.
We don't all need to say that, but whatever. That's fine. Yeah, I'm curious about the carrier. Curious about the carrier. Anubis. Oh, sorry, Cylons. I don't think you stand a chance in this one.
Yes, sir.
His missiles are almost ready. Yes, I dare say the Sagittarian fleet is about to mop the floor with these guys. And I appreciate it because the last two battles have been, well, they've been kind of been contests, I guess, for lack of a better word. Keep looking at you, Anubis. I like the cut of your jib. Shut up, Wesley. Imagine that's Reichert saying that. Ah, dear. Is that the Lancer? No! Damn. Well, I mean, that's great. Had they decided to fire at the Lancer, they would have crippled her. But they chose to attack the Thea instead. And they're supposed to be computers. And I don't have it on the easiest difficulty. Don't have it on the highest difficulty either, but...
So
I
say
think
we
I've got
all.
it on commander mode.
They will Sagittarian. They will Sagittarian them a new ass hole. I'm throwing in that hole for free. So what? There's only one left. Yeah, go ahead and put a bomb on them. Do whatever you do when you land on them. I know it's Marines, but I don't like to think that we're actually dropping Marines off and being like, good luck, by the way, we're going to blow up this ship in 30 seconds. So, you guys are... Just see what you can do in that time. Okay, so I think we can fire missiles with some ships. Like that one. And you can get offensive instead of defensive. OFFENSIVE. I wasn't a cheerleader. So I don't know, that's the best I can do.
Understood.
You're done, son.
Squadron has gone dark. Objective is still online. Good work,
Huh?
Commander.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Thanks. Whatever, Colonel Agathon. I will keep that in mind as a viable tactic. That would have pissed them off on that whatever show that was, Lone Star. That would have really gotten under their skin, I think. Wow, Sagittarian is not bad at all.
We're gonna hammer the fragments so they can't get back
I don't usually defeat the Cylons, but when I do, I like to drink the Sekis. Nice. Well said. Well said. So let's see, the flagship took out one enemy ship, so did the carrier, the Anubis. Lancer took out one, that's good. I'd like to add more to their record. So too did the Thea. And what the hell's wrong with the Eurobia? Somebody's getting disciplined aboard that ship. I don't like the name. I don't like the performance. There's a lot I don't like going on there. So we'll have Lieutenant Colonel Murray talk to the captain of that ship, who's probably just a lieutenant, but he'll get a stern talking to. Alright, so my approach is kind of going to be this. I'm not going to do any story missions off stream. I will continue to try to fleet build, and if I'm ambushed and a fleet is destroyed, I'll make it my job to at least record the replay of it, and I'll probably custom, like set up the camera in certain angles and stuff like that to be able to get all the action of a fleet being destroyed. But otherwise, yeah, I'm going to stay away from the story missions. And so the field may look a little different when I come back. But this is I think, where I will leave it. I need to save. That's for sure. I need to send more ships in to rebuild the Airlon fleet, and the ships that the Airlon fleet got destroyed that belonged to the Canceron fleet. And I'll get her out to Leonis. Yeah. And that'll work. Boy, they're busy over here. Sometimes they just leave, honestly. But you can see up top, there's all those flags for each colony. The first two, it says they defected. Essentially, we're not getting any funding from them right now, which kind of makes sense. We're not getting any support from them because they're essentially dealing with a blockade and all that good stuff. But if you bust up the Cylons in their airspace, you can reestablish a rapport with them, which is definitely something that we want to look into, and probably next time that will be done. Who runs that ship? It's run by asshole, major asshole. Okay, keep firing, assholes. Nice. Great movie. I thought they were going to make a sequel to that. Is that still in the works? It better be. By God, it better be. Well, I want to thank everybody that took the time tonight. I'll probably ask everybody for their signs in Discord for multiple reasons. Not just to say that you are representative of that particular colony, but when it comes down to trying to form some kind of multiplayer out of this again, I think it will also determine who controls what fleet, what ships, all that stuff. So as it stands, I have somebody for Airlon, I have somebody for Leonis, I have somebody for Geminon, and Geminon's being blockaded big time. And I have somebody for Canceron, so that's kind of cool. So don't be surprised if I approach you on the dance floor and ask you your sign. Well, I think that's gonna do it. Tomorrow night I might be back at this if I stream it all. It's kind of up in the air for tomorrow. Sunday I'll definitely be back with Sea of Thieves, and that will be Super Friends Sunday, in which we'll enter the arena and see if we can kick some ass or vice versa. Either way, it's a good time. Cancer, yep. You are our representative from Canceron. Faux show. Well, Thanks, Mikey. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody that took the time. Shout out, of course, to Mikey. That is to say, Quick Smoke, Cynical Siege. Wonder if it'll let me scroll up all the way. Hawk, thank you for popping in. Plasman. Gary. True. Still scrolling. Adama, which is altogether appropriate since Commander Adama, you know. I finally get why he said, who was it that said that? I think it was Hawk that said it was that the old Battlestar is basically Bonanza in space. It's the same actor, right? The same actor that was the head of the ranch in Bonanza and Commander Adama. Or Admiral Adama, I think in that, I don't remember. Either way, thanks to all you kind folks and all the lurkers that came out but stayed quiet. I appreciate you nonetheless. I hope you have a good weekend if you don't hear from me tomorrow. If you do hear from me tomorrow, I hope you have a terrible weekend. No, I'll guarantee a terrible weekend. All you gotta do is tune in. I don't know, folks. Sleep well. Be well. And remember, this has all happened before, and this will happen again. Good night.